Good morning and welcome to Tuesday's chair yoga. Make sure that the chair that you've got is stable and that it's on a stable ground, so it's not going to slide away if you start to push against it. Sitting up as straight as you can, try not to slump down. If you go, as soon as you notice that you slump, then pick yourself back up and try and hold yourself as straight as possible. We're going to start today with a breathing exercise. Is alternate breath, or this one we're going to do a circle breath. So you'll find that one of your nostrils is your dominant nostril. So if you breathe in, if you close your eyes and think about breathing in through your nose, you'll find that you tend to breathe in more into one nostril more than the other. If you breathe out, you'll find that you breathe out, possibly more than likely, the opposite nostril to the one you breathed up. That'll be the dominant, so it'll go round in a natural circle. Now it does say in all the books I've read that it changes every now and then. I've never known it change. I'm right-handed and it tends to be my up nostril is my left and my down nostril is my right. I've never noticed it change, but it may do for other people. So I'm just going to say it may change. So always check which is your dominant up nostril and down nostril when you're doing this, and work with your natural rhythm of your body. So for me, with my right hand, it's my left nostril is my dominant. So I'm going to breathe up my left nostril, trying to do the same thing we did last week, trying to fill the whole of the lungs. Then I'm going to hold it for a second. I'm going to take away my thumb and breathe down the opposite nostril. Again, trying to push the air out, pulling that stomach in to try and force the last bit of the air out. Then I'm going to seal it, take my finger away and breathe up that nostril. Seal it, take the thumb away, breathe down that nostril. And so you're going to continue round in this circle. Up one, down the other, up one, down the other. Sealing at the top and the bottom. If you want to hold it for a second or two, you can. If you don't have to. So we're going to lift our arms up, breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. We're going to do one more of these. And bring it down. So we're going to do our neck stretches, but I'm going to get you to sort of feel your neck so you can feel how the muscles work. But I'm also going to show you, this is my book, it's called The Human Body. And it's just giving you and showing you the muscles that surround the whole of the neck. They're quite complex, there's loads of them. I'll just show it down there. So there's loads of muscles that surround the neck. And at the front again, you'll see that there's quite a few muscles. They lead, and they don't just come down to the neck. They lead into the shoulders and into the arms, down into the chest, into the back at the same point. Let me just go to the back ones. So at the back, you'll see that they come down and they lead into all the different parts of the body. So they're leading all the way around. So they're not just one set of muscles. So even though we kind of go forward, backward, side, twist, we're working not just one muscle at the front and one muscle at the back. Like in our arm, when we do this, the bicep, we talk about the bicep, but it isn't just the bicep. There's the shoulders come in, and even the neck comes in, the wrists come in, everything comes in to make that kind of movement. And so it's a group of muscles around here. So I'm going to get us to hold our neck today and feel the different ways that the muscles are moving. So if you place your hands sort of at the back of your neck here, and then your fingers at the front of your throat here. And as you go forward, you'll feel the front of the neck, them muscles are now working, but the back of the neck, them muscles are stretching. So just feeling the difference between it working and stretching. And then we're going to bring it back to center. So now, basically, you should have some kind of move, some kind of stabilizer. So at the back, they're kind of working. At the front, they're kind of working, but not overly. So now we're going to take it backwards. Now this time, the back of the muscles at the neck, the muscle at the back of the neck are now working, and the muscle at the front of the neck are now stretching. And bring it back to center. So we're going to do the same thing by placing our hands around the side of our neck here, and we're going to bend our head, our ear towards the side. So again, you'll feel the neck muscles on one side work, that your ear's going towards, and then the other side stretch. You should, when you're stretching, it's more at the stretch you can kind of feel all the different muscles that might be stretching. It's not just one. Have a feel around. Let's bring the head back to center and take it to the other side. So again, feeling around that they can feel different muscles working, different muscles stretching. And bring it back. And then we're keeping our hands here, but we're going to turn our head. And again, you'll feel different muscles across the neck that you're pointing towards. They're working. The muscles at the back are stretching. And then bringing the head back to center, noticing that movement under the hands, turning in the opposite direction. And then bringing it back to centre. So taking the arm down. So sometimes it's nice to have a feel so that we can understand what's happening. So we're going to do the same thing with the shoulder. We're going to bring our hands and place our hands over the shoulder, and then with our thumb we're going to rotate our thumb backwards and forwards, and we're feeling the movement through the shoulder. So we've got the arm down. Now we're going to bring the thumb up and lift the arm up slightly. So again, feel which muscles are working. Then if you feel underneath the arm, you'll feel that their muscles are not working. So it's these muscles here, and we're going to turn and bring it round again. So thinking about what's happening in the shoulders, feeling for any clicks, any kind of movement, anything that feels a bit If it hurts, stop. If it just feels a bit weird, just thinking about what happens, where it happens. And then we're going to take the arm down and we'll try the other side. So bringing the arm across, keeping it down but keeping the hand on the shoulder. Just turn the arm in and out, and we're bringing the thumb round. Looking for differences between the shoulders. And then we're bringing it up to shoulder height. And we're just turning it up and down. And then bring it back down. Take the arms up. So, if we pull our shoulders up, or bring up one shoulder at the moment, just bring up one and sort of feeling the shoulder going up, bring it down, feel underneath the arm and feel that the shoulders are working, this area of the shoulders working as you pull it down. So bring the hand up to the top, lift the shoulder, feel that muscle working, feel this muscle relaxed. And then bring it down. Feel that one stretching. Feel this muscle start to work. And let's do one more. Lifting it. And then bringing it down. Feel that shoulder work. And then relax. So let's try the other side. So again, place the hand up on top, lift the shoulder up, feel that shoulder muscle work, and this one relax. So again, it's just about knowing what's happening at the joint of the shoulder. Take it down so that you're working this muscle underneath the arm, so that you're starting to know which muscles are working, which muscles aren't. Lift them up. Take it down. So even though it's the shoulder that's working, now we're knowing that it's actually to do with the chest muscle that do a lot of the work for the shoulder as well. So let's lift up again. And this has now become, even though it's the shoulder, it's now the neck muscles that have come in to help work the shoulder. And then we'll take it down. And relax it. Give your shoulders a little shake. So we're going to take it into our cat and cow. So again, the hands can be here, or they can be here, they can be wherever you want. They can just turn back, or they can just stretch back in this position, or you can turn the fingers round and pull the shoulders back. It's completely up to you. So here we go. We're going to breathe out and push forward. And breathe in, take it back. Breathe out, push forward, stretching right through the shoulders, lifting the shoulder blades up. Breathing in, pushing the shoulder blades together, lifting the chin up towards the ceiling. Let's do 2 more. And bringing it back down. Lovely. So let's take ourselves into a side stretch. No, we'll go, yeah, we will. So if you've got your blocks, you can put your blocks at the side. If you haven't got blocks, then you're just going to use your hand on the opposite side and push the knee and the leg against each other, and that way you won't fall over off your chair, you can hold on. So you can breathe in if you can lift the arm up. If you can't, you can just bring it to here. You can keep it by the side and just move down in the side. So up to you where you want to go. So we're breathing out, we're reaching over. If you want, rest your hand on your block. Look up. Push the bum and the hip down towards the chair. You don't want to lift it up. And again, it'll help if you think about pushing it down. It'll encourage that stretch right at the lower hips. And then breathing in, lifting. Breathe out, bring the hands down. So let's breathe in, stretching up, breathing out, taking it down onto the block. Push the hip towards this chair. Look up if you can, otherwise keep looking forward, it's up to you. And then breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, bringing it down. Let's do 1 more each side. Thinking about where you're breathing, where it feels easy to breathe in. Again, which muscles are stretching, which muscles are working. This is a stabilization of your core, of the middle of your body. We're also opening up that rib cage, opening up the intercostal muscles to help breathing, to make it easier. So lifting, breathe in, and breathe out. Last one. And breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. So we're going to go into a twist. You can keep your hand on your leg, and again you're using the leg to push as you're pulling with the hand. You can keep your hand down by the chair. The second time, I'll bring the arms up and twist. You don't have to. So you can keep your arms down, you don't have to lift your arms up at all. So we'll start off low. 1 hand on your leg, 1 hand on the back of the chair. Breathe in, stretch up, and as you breathe out, have a look over the shoulder. Think about again where you're breathing. It doesn't matter where you're breathing, as long as you notice where you're breathing. And then bring it back to centre. And let's try the other side. So, hand on the opposite leg, hand down by the chair. Breathe in, make sure you're nice and straight. Breathe out, turn and have a look over that back shoulder. Use the leg, push the leg out, pull with the hand. That'll help to kind of twist you a bit more. So if you want, you can lift the arms up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, see if you can go a little bit further around that chair. And now instead of looking over the back, still twisting to the back, if you turn your head and look over the front shoulder. Now that just adds a different twist to the neck. If you don't like it, go back to the original. So again, we're going to lift them arms, breathing in. Breathing out, take it round the back. If you want to, keep turning towards the back, but turn the head, look over the front. And then breathing in, lift. Breathe out, bring it down. So we're going to take ourselves into our forward bend. Now if you want, you can remember move your legs apart so that your belly, your boobs can go forward. If you've got back problems, then keep the legs in. That way it'll encourage you to put your knees, your belly on top of your knees and keep your back nice and straight. And again, if you've got blood pressure problems, if you keep yourself here, your head's not going to drop down. You're going to keep your head in line with your heart rate in your heart, and so you won't, again, hopefully raise your blood pressure. So I'll do the first one with my knees together, and I'll do the second one with my knees apart. You can choose whichever one you want. So from here, we're going to tuck the chin in, and as we breathe out, we're going to pull the belly in and come forward. Feeling that stretch through that lower back. Go sideways. So if I'm sideways, you can see that my back's nice and straight, my head's in line. I'm keeping the chin tucked in. Now to come back up, you're going to bring your hands back onto your knees, no matter where you are, and use your hands to help push you back up. I'm going to take my legs apart. I'm going to breathe out. And then I'm letting the head drop, letting the arms drop. And you'll notice that the back starts to arch a little bit more here. And the head's going down below the heart, so your blood pressure will rise. So no matter who you are, always be careful. It's a nice release for the neck if you can get here. So again, bringing our hands back to our knees, lifting our head and pushing back on. bring it back round. So, we're going to take it into our pelvic floor. We're going to try hold at the back, hold at the front. If you want to, you've got a box, you may want to put the block between your legs. It'll encourage you to squeeze your thighs together. I'll keep it there, keep it there. Sitting up nice and straight, think about pulling in the back as if you want to stop yourself from breaking wind, the front as if you want to stop yourself from having a wee, and then pulling in the lower part of the stomach. But make sure you can still breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So let's go at the back, at the front, at the belly, and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And again, at the back, at the front, at the lower abs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And again, at the back, at the front, at the belly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And our last one. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Lovely. You can take it out. If you bring yourself to the edge of your chair, now we're trying to keep our stomach up in. Time to do the same thing that we've just done, holding our pelvic area and everything in down here, at the same time as lifting our legs off the floor. As we lift, we don't want to curl, so we want to keep ourselves nice and straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now we're going to see if we can make it a little bit harder by lifting, taking our foot out, pointing and flexing and bringing it back down. And again, as we lift, we don't want to curl. We want to stay upright. If you have to, you can hold on to the foot. Now let's do it now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lovely. So, again, sitting on the edge of our chair, we're going to take our foot up. place it onto our leg into a figure 4 and just letting the knee drop down. And then bringing it down. Let's change sides. Flex the foot, bring it up. Let it flop. And bring it down. So let's bring it back up again. So with this, we're going to keep our foot flexed, push down, bring our hands together, lean forward. Now we're just going to stay here. We're not going to the foot, we're just leaning forward into that leg. So keeping that foot flexed. You'll feel this into the knee, into that lower back. And then we're bringing ourselves back up. So let's change sides. So flexing the foot, bringing it up. Hands together in prayer. Lean forward and then just pulse. And then bringing it back up. Undo the legs. So we're going to cross the legs over, the ankles. We're going to cross the ankles over and we're going to squeeze the ankles down onto each other. And then let's change sides. So squeezing the ankles together. And let's change one more time. I'm going to drop that camera down. Change if we need to change the other side. I can't remember if we did the other side. And bring it down. So we're taking it down into our feet. Now with this, you're going to try and keep your knees still, so you don't want your knees to go out. They might move slightly, but you don't want them to go too far. You're going to try and lift keeping your feet together. You can move the one foot back if you don't and rest it on the chair if you want to, but just focusing one foot. You're going to try and just turn the foot out. So you're trying to turn it. If I do it sideways, it might be easier. You're trying to turn the foot over to the side, just taking it out. You can lift it, keeping the heel down, but you're just trying to turn so the outside edge of the foot goes down. You're Just trying to stretch the toes out as you're doing it as well. Just probably done it. Bring it in, change legs. Let me show you if it looks better without your sock on. Just so it might look better with the sock on. So, you're turning it over to the sides and bringing it back down. Over to the sides and bringing it back down. And then bringing it down. Let's try the others now. This time, we're going to try and go inwards. We're trying to bring the foot over to the inside and back down. Over to the inside and back down. We're trying to push the inside edge down. And bring it down. Let's change sides. So the inside edge down. And then bring it back in. Give your legs a little shake. So from here, we're going to bring ourselves into our standing. So 5 up, 4 down. Hold the seat for about 2 breaths. Hands can be here, hands can be across your chest, hands can be raised above your head. It's up to you where you want to be. I'm going to turn my chair to the side. So wherever your feet are stays there. That means the chair is exactly the same place it is. I know it feels sometimes a bit scary. So I'm going to have my hands on my hips first. You're going to lean forward, breathe in, hold it here. Squeeze the knees together, pull the shoulders back, tuck the chin in. Breathe in, lift up, push the hips back. Now as you're breathing out, we're going to sit down. Breathing out. Now take a breath in here. And then on the next breath out, sit down. So I'm going to bring my hands to my across my chest. We're going to breathe in. Hold it here. Have a breath out. And on the next breath in, come up. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to reach my arms above my head. You don't have to. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 2 more without me saying breathe in, breathe out. So here we go. Good, our last one. And we're staying up this time, we're not coming back down again. Reach back, bring the arms down, give yourself a little shake. So we're going to take ourselves to the back of our chair. So we're going to do a similar thing to our normal one, which we normally do the aerobics, but I'm going to get us to swing our hip a little bit more. So we're standing at the back of our chair, standing slightly away from it because we don't want to bang our foot. We're going to bring our one foot to the side and out, so that we're swinging it out to the side. Trying to keep the foot facing forward. We can let ourselves kind of go round and let it swing us. And you'll feel that this swinging action works that standing leg as well. And then bring it down. So let's try the other side. So make sure you're not going to kick anything. Bring it across. You can keep it nice and slow. If that's what the body wants to do, just taking it across. If you wanted to make it a little bit more and use the momentum of the leg, then you can. Just watch that standing knee. Make sure that everything feels okay. Nothing feels wrong when you're doing it. And then bringing it back down. So we're going to turn to stand side onto the chair. Again, making sure you're not going to kick anything. The leg that's at the chair, this is the leg that you're going to swing. And again, you're swinging it backwards and forwards. You can keep it as low as you want, or you can start to use a bit more. And again, letting the hip rotate back. But if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you have to keep it there so that the knees stay straight, the hips stay straight. And then we're going to change sides. So again, you can just keep it nice so that the knees and the hips stay straight and the hip just goes backwards and forwards. Or you can start to make it a little bit more dynamic. And then bringing it back down. Lovely. So we're going to take ourselves into a back bend. Now I'm going to lift the thing up so that you can see my neck and what I'm talking about with my neck. And I stood up, so I forgot that that's gone up. So now at the beginning we were talking about the different muscles moving, using as we stabilise to go forward. So as we go forward, this one's working, this one isn't. As we go back, this one's stretching, this one's working. So you're not stabilising the neck if you're just looking up or you're looking down. You're just using one muscle. What we want to do is use all the muscles in the neck to stabilise the neck when we're going into any back bends, so that we're not just letting the head go back. So with this, if you were to push your chin forward, you'll find that the muscles in the front neck work. And then if you were to tuck it down at the same time and pull it back, you'll find that now the muscles at the front and the back are both working. So when you're going into a back bend, what you want to do is kind of push the front of your neck up You don't want to make sure that you're not dropping the neck back. You want to make sure that the front of the neck is pushing forward, and that way all the muscles in the neck are working. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now, if you need to, you can hold a chair. If you don't want to hold the chair, you can bring your hands to your bum, or you can take your hands away. I'm going to stay with the chair just in case anybody else watches it from here. So, we're having our feet together. We're pushing our hips in, pulling our shoulders back, bringing our body back. But again, we don't want our head to go forward. We're trying to push our chin forward and pull our neck up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up. So we're going to do that one more time. We're pushing our hips in. We're bringing our shoulders back. We're trying to bring our neck up to the shoulders. So not so much our chin, but the front of our neck. And then bringing ourselves back up. Lovely. So we're going to step back and stretch our calves. So we're stepping our foot back. Again, I'm going to drop it down so that you can see my feet rather than your head. So stepping the foot back. Push the front knee forward, push the back knee back. Shoulders back and down. If you want, you can let the hands come off. You can always raise them up if you wanted. And that's basically warrior one. And then from here, and even in warrior one, if you want, see if you can sit back into that back leg. Straighten the front this time if you can, it won't go much. And try and bend that back knee a little if you can as well. You can still keep them arms up. And then we're going to step in and change sides. So taking the foot back, pushing the front knee forward, pushing the back knee backwards. Use the chair if you want. Take your hands to your hips or lift into warrior one. And sit back into that back leg. Bring it back. Let's do one more. So again, I'm going to stay with my feet and my arms down. Let's sit back. And let's change legs last time. Lovely. Just make sure you remember to push that back knee back as much as you can. That's better. And then let's sit back. into that back knee. Lovely. Let's bring it back up. Step it in. And we're going to take it back into our down dog position, so you can keep the either through the top of the chair or turn it round, bring it to the seat of the chair, it's up to you. We're going to step back, push our heels to the floor, try and get our back straight, and if our back doesn't straighten, you can bend the knees and pull the shoulders towards each other. And then you can try straightening one leg at a time. But listen to your lower back. If it doesn't feel like you can go straight without your shoulders arching and your head coming away, then push down. So we're going to bring ourselves back up. And I'm just going to talk about our fingers going down. So with your fingers, you're going to try and push with the tips of your fingers. And you're going to try and make an arch. Now you're pushing down, but you want to imagine that you're trying to grab the chair. So I'm going to take my finger off, otherwise I might slide on it. You're going to try and grip the chair as if you're trying to rip it out of the ground. Now what that does is it starts to work. I'm just going to bring this up a second. It works on the shoulders. So the same way we were doing them neck exercises at the beginning, and now we're talking about the shoulders. So we want to get all this muscle here and this muscle here to work at the same time, so it stabilizes the shoulder. If you were to turn your hand, you'll notice that this muscle starts to work, and so does this muscle at the top. Then when we're upside down, if you try and push your front of your arms forward, you'll find that that encourages the front of the muscle of the front here and the back here muscles to work as well. And it's easier to feel when you're in down dog. So I'm going to drop it down again. And again, it's just about trying to think about using the muscles in the wrists, the arm, the shoulders, and the elbows and the shoulders. So with this, you're stepping back, you're pushing with your fingertips, but you're trying to imagine ripping up the ground, pushing yourself back, and then pushing your armpits forward towards the floor. So again, if you need to bend the knees to protect that lower back, but squeeze them hands, squeeze them shoulders as if you're pushing the shoulders forward. You're trying to rip a piece of the chair off. And you'll feel now that the wrists start to work a bit more, the elbows work a bit more, the shoulder girdles work a bit more. You'll feel it into your back. So you know them, all the muscles under the arms, all through the shoulders are now working together. And this will come in really good if you start to go into the proper fall down dog, because now you're putting a lot more work into the muscles rather than to the shoulder joint, the elbows joints or the wrist joint. So we're coming back up. Stepping in, bend the knees, lift up. Give yourself a little stretch back, yeah. So let's bring ourselves back down onto our chair. So we're just going to do a stretch of our legs using our band. So if you've got a band, grab your band. Now again, we're not sitting all the way back to the back of the chair. We're sitting slightly forward. And again, we want to use our stomach muscles to hold us up so that we don't curl down. We want to keep pushing up. You're going to bend your knee and grab hold of the elastic around your foot. Hold it as close as you can. Shoulders pulling back. Try and stretch the leg up and pull it in towards you. Let me do that sideways. So lifting up, stretching the leg, pulling in. But try not to curl down. Stay up nice and straight. Bend the elbows as if you're doing a bicep curl. And you'll feel this stretches the back of the leg, but it stretches the bum as well. And then we're bending, undoing, changing side. Bend, wrap it round the foot, straighten the leg, and then bicep curl, just pulling that leg up. And bend, unhook. Let's do one more. Last one. Lovely. And bring it down. So we're going to again sitting forward on your chair. We're going to take it into cow face arm. So you're bringing the arm up, you're grabbing hold. I'm going to turn around so that you can see. You can stay straight on your chair, you don't have to turn this way. You're bringing it up, grabbing hold, pull the elbows back, look up. So we're going to drop the bottom arm, bring the top arm up, take it out. Swap the band, thumb goes up, the other thumb goes down, it comes in, it grabs hold. We're pulling the elbows back, we're looking up. And then undo, and let's do one more on each side. So bringing it up, grabbing hold, elbows back, look up. And last one. Undo the arms, give your shoulders a little shake, give your hands a little shake. Bring yourself back into your chair, get yourself nice and comfortable if you want to. Remember, put a jacket or put anything around you to make you feel nice and warm. The minute we stop exercising, your body temperature will drop straight away. So make sure that you feel nice and relaxed. We're going to go back into our circular breath. So again, before you do it, just have a quick breath up the nose and make sure that it's still the same nostril that you're dominantly breathing up, and then see which nostril you dominantly breathe down. And when you're ready, start on a breath out, take it in a circle. take 3 big breaths in, stretching the arms, breathe out through the mouth. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you soon. Thank you.